11. Count and non-count nouns. In this lesson, we learn count and non-count nouns. First of all, what's a noun? What is a noun? A noun is a word that is used to describe a thing. A noun is a word that is used to describe a seed, pupil, or anything. A count noun is one that can be expressed in plural form. A count noun can be expressed in plural form, but non-count nouns is one that usually cannot be expressed in plural form. It means count nouns can be pluralized. Count nouns can be pluralized, while non-count nouns cannot be pluralized. Example of count nouns: cat, cats, cat, cats; season, seasons, season, seasons; student, students, student, students. When you count a noun, you add s or es to it. This noun only is added to them. I will talk about es later. Cat, cats; season, seasons; student, students. These nouns such as cat, season, student. These are count nouns. They can be counted. One student, two students, three students, one cat, two cats. Count nouns refer to things that can be divided up into smaller units. Count nouns refer to things that can be divided up into smaller units, which are separate and distinct from one another. For example, you have a group of students. You can separate the group. For example, the group of students, a group of 20 students. You can separate into 4 groups of 5. 4 groups of 5. Therefore, students are countable. Students are countable. They can be counted. A non-count noun, as I said, is one that usually cannot be expressed in plural form. It is non-countable. For example, milk. Milk is uncountable. You can't say milks. And water is uncountable. You can't say waters. You can't count water. And air. You can't count water. You can never count water. Air, sorry. Money is also not countable. Money is not countable. But dinar are countable. You can count dinar and dollar. For example, $10, $15, 10 dinars, 100 dinars. But you can't say monies. Usually you can't say. Always. You can't say he had many monies. He had many monies. It is completely wrong. Count and non-count nouns with adjectives. Count and non-count nouns with adjectives. Expression of quantity. It means expressing quantity by using adjectives. The difference between a countable and uncountable noun does matter with a certain adjectives, such as some, any, much, many, little, few. The difference between countable and uncountable noun does matter with certain adjectives such as some, any, much, many, and little, few. First, some and any. Some and any are used for countable and non-countable nouns. Some and any are used for countable and non-countable nouns. Some is used in positive sentences. Some is used in positive statements. Any is used in negative and question statements. Any is used in what? In negative and question statements. Both can be used with countable and non-countable nouns. Both can be used with countable and non-countable nouns. For example, there is some water on the floor. There is some water on the floor. The adjective some expresses the quantity of the water. As we said, water is non-countable. You can't count water. But you can express the quantity of water. How much water is on the floor? Some water is on the floor. There is some water on the floor. There are some students here. There are some students here. Students is a countable noun. It is a countable noun. Here, adjective some is used before a countable noun students. Students, it expresses the quantity of the students. Some students, it might be 10 students, might be 15 students. We don't know, we just say some students. And any, as we said, any is used in what? In question and negative statements. Do you have any food? Do you have any food? It is a question statement. Do you have any apples? Non-countable nouns, countable nouns. Do you have any food? Do you have any apples? I don't have any money. I don't have any money. This is a negative sentence that contains any. I don't have any money. Much and many. Much and many. Much modifies only uncountable nouns. Much modifies only uncountable nouns. It means much can only be used with uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns. But many modifies only countable nouns. It means many is used with countable nouns. Much is used with uncountable nouns. Many is used with countable nouns. For example, we don't have much time. We don't have much time. Time is what is uncountable to get this done. We don't have much time. Much is used with what? With uncountable noun. With an uncountable noun. Time is uncountable. Many Americans travel to Europe. Americans is what is countable, is an uncountable noun. It has plural s. Many Americans. Many is used to modify what? A countable noun. Much, many. Much is used for non-countable nouns. Many is used to modify countable nouns. Little and few. Little modifies only uncountable nouns. Little modifies only uncountable nouns. Little modifies uncountable nouns. It means little can only be used with uncountable nouns. For example, He had little food in the house. He had little food in the house. Food is what? Is a non-countable noun. It is uncountable noun. And the adjective little is used to express the quantity of the food. To express the quantity of the food. The doctor had little time. Little time. As we said, time is uncountable. The doctor has had little time to think in the emergency room. Few. Few modifies only countable nouns. Few only used with countable nouns. Countable nouns. For example, there are few doctors in the town. There are few doctors in the town. Doctors is a countable noun. It has the plural s. Here, few is used for what? Few is used to express the quantity of the doctor. How many doctors are in the town? We don't know. We just express the quantity. And therefore, few is used with countable nouns to express the quantity. Few students like exams. Few students like exams. Students, as we said, students is countable. Few is an adjective that modifies a countable noun. Other basic rules. A lot of and lots of. A lot of and lots of. A lot of and lots of are informal substitutes for much and many. It means a lot of and lots of are alternatives of much and many. They are alternatives of much and many, but they are informal. They are informal. They are not formal. They are used with uncountable nouns when they mean much. Why? Because we said much is used with non-countable nouns. And with countable nouns when they mean many. It means a lot of and lots of are used with non-countable nouns when they mean much, and they are used with countable nouns when they mean many. For example, they have lots of money. We said money is non-countable. Therefore, here lots of means what? It means much. It means much because it is used with a non-countable noun. A lot of Americans travel to Europe. Americans is a countable noun. Therefore, here a lot of is used with a countable noun. It means many here because, as we said, many is used with countable nouns. We got lots of mosquitoes last summer. We got lots of mosquitoes last summer. Mosquitoes is a countable noun. Lots of here used with a countable noun. Therefore, it means many here. It means many. We got lots of rain last summer. We got lots of rain last summer. Rain is what? It is a non-countable noun. It is non-countable noun. And here lots of is used with a non-countable noun. Therefore, it means much because we said much is used with non-countable nouns. A little bit of. A little bit of. A little bit of is informal and always preceded an uncountable noun. A little bit of is an informal adjective and always precedes an uncountable noun. It means a little bit of is always used with an uncountable noun. It always comes before an uncountable noun. For example, there is a little bit of pepper in the soup. There is a little bit of pepper in the soup. Pepper is uncountable noun, and a little bit of is used before the uncountable noun. There is a little bit of snow on the ground. Snow is what? Snow is a non-countable noun. It is a non-countable noun, and a little bit of is used before a non-countable noun. Therefore, a little bit is an informal and always precedes an uncountable noun. Enough. Enough modifies both countable and uncountable nouns. Enough modifies both countable and uncountable nouns. For example, there is enough money to buy a car. Money, as we said, money is what is non-countable now. We cannot count money. We can count dinar and dollar, but we cannot count money. There is enough money to buy a car. Therefore, here enough is used before what? Before a non-countable noun to express the quantity of the money. I have enough books to read. I have enough books to read. Books is a countable noun. It has a plural x. I have enough books to read. Therefore, here enough is used before a countable noun. It is used with a countable noun to express the quantity of the noun. Plenty of. Plenty of is another expression of quantity. It is another expression of quantity. Plenty of modifies both countable and uncountable nouns. It is like enough. It is like enough. It modifies both countable and uncountable nouns. Countable and uncountable nouns. They have plenty of money in the bank. They have plenty of money in the bank. Plenty of is used before a non-countable noun to express the quantity of the non-countable noun. There are plenty of millionaires in Switzerland. There are plenty of millionaires in Switzerland. Plenty of is used before millionaires. It is used before millionaires. Millionaires is what? Is a countable noun. Therefore, plenty of is used before a countable noun to express the quantity of the noun. No. No modifies both countable and uncountable nouns. Both modifies countable and uncountable nouns. For example, there is no time to finish now. There is no time to finish now. Time is, as we said, is uncountable. No is used to express the quantity of time. It is used with a non-countable noun. There are no flowers in the park. There are no flowers in the park. Flowers is a countable noun. No is used before a countable noun to modify or to express the quantity of the noun. Extra practice. Choose. Direction. Add s or es to the italicized nouns if it's necessary. Add s or es. Where can we add es? Es is used for nouns that ends with s, x, z, ch. When nouns ends with s, x, z, ch, we add es. Except this, we add s for countable nouns. Number 1. First, you have to identify the italicized noun. Rowan had meat, rice, vegetable, and some milk for dinner. Rice, vegetable, and some milk. We have the noun milk. As we said, milk is what? Milk is like water, like air. It is uncountable. Therefore, we cannot add s or es to milk. Number 2. It is good to drink water when you are thirsty. It is good to drink water when you are thirsty. We have the noun water. As we said, water cannot be pluralized. We cannot count water. Water cannot be counted. But a quantity of water can be counted. For example, a glass of water, 2 glasses of water. The glass can be counted, but the water cannot be counted. Therefore, we cannot add s or es here. The students learned a lot of new vocabulary in class today. A lot of is used with countable and uncountable nouns, new vocabulary. It means they learned more than vocabulary. But vocabulary is a special word. You cannot pluralize vocabulary. You cannot say vocabularies. You cannot count vocabulary. The students learned a lot of new vocabulary in class today. Number 4. We ate some sandwich for lunch. We have the noun sandwich. It is a countable noun. It can be counted. We have to decide. We add s or es. First, look at the last letters. It ends with ch. We said when a noun ends with ch, we add es to it. We say sandwiches. Sandwiches, we add es to it. We ate some sandwiches for lunch. Number 5. I have a lot of homework to do tonight. I have a lot of homework. Homework is also cannot be counted. Homework is uncountable now. We cannot add s or es to it. I like to dream about tropical beach. I like to dream about tropical beach. There are more than one tropical beach. Therefore, beach is a countable noun. You have to decide to add s or es. It ends with ch. When a noun ends with ch, we add es to it. I like to dream about tropical beach. Number 7. Rodolfo took some great picture. We have the word picture. At the family reunion last week. Picture. We have the word picture. Picture is a countable noun. It can be pluralized. It ends with e. We said when a noun ends with s, x, z, ch, we add es, but it ends with e. Therefore, we add s. Pictures. Number 8. Milton has made a lot of progress. Milton has made a lot of progress on his project since he started Monday. Milton has made a lot of progress. This is the countable noun. It ends with s. Therefore, we add es. Milton has made a lot of progresses. A lot of progresses on his project since he started Monday. Number 9. Encyclopedia contain lots of information. We have two italicized nouns. Encyclopedia and information. Encyclopedia is a countable noun. It can be counted. Therefore, we have to add s or es here. It ends with a. Es is used for nouns that ends with s, x, z, cs, but it ends with a. Therefore, we only add s here. Contain lots of information. Information is what? Is a non-countable noun. It is a non-countable noun. We cannot add s or es here. 10. I learn more new words in English class every day. Word is what? Word is a countable noun, but vocabulary is a non-countable noun. We cannot say vocabularies, but we can say words. Word is countable noun. We can add s to it. Words in English class every day. Number 11. The new mansion costs $6 million. $6 million. I wish I had million of dollars. We have two italicized nouns. Both are million. The new mansion costs $6 million. Here million is what? $1 million. Here million is an adjective. It is an adjective. Dollars is a noun. It has a s. Therefore, we cannot add s here. I wish I had millions of dollars. Here million is noun and dollars is also noun. Therefore, here we can count million. I wish I had millions of dollars. Number 12. Carrie bought some new clothing today. I bought some new jewelry. Carrie bought some new clothing today. I bought some new jewelry. We have two italicized nouns, clothing and jewelry. Clothing is what? It can be counted or not. You decide. Clothing. We add s. And I bought some new jewelry. Can you say jewelries? You have to decide. I bought some new jewelry. Think about it and then decide about this one. Number 13. Carrie bought a new pair of shoes. I bought a new set of earrings. We have two italicized nouns. A new pair of shoes, because it is plural. It is two. You cannot buy one shoe. You have to buy shoes, two shoes. I bought a new set of earrings. Both are countable nouns. Number 14. Tommy is 20-year-old. Year is a countable noun. Year is a countable noun. Is 20 years old. 22 years old. I am 30. I like being a 30 years old. I am 30. I like being a 30 years old. Number 15, the last one. A rush hour, there are a lot of car. A lot of car on the highway. It usually takes us about 20 minutes to get to school during rush hour. It takes us much more. It takes us much more. It's not completed here, the sentence. Just forget about this line. At rush hour, there are a lot of car is what is a countable noun. A lot of cars on the highway. It usually takes us about 20 minutes. Minute is also a countable noun. 20 minutes to get to school.